I wanna live like it's Mardi Gras and go dumb with my whole squad and don't need the R&R to regular life. I say au revoir. Hey, living life in the fast lane, million pain, only beat. So please come join.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Here we've got a couple of big targets who will try to be key contributors in both the pass and run games today. It's the Chargers going up against the Chiefs. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. While the skies may be ominous, there's never a bad day for football. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the San Diego Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we saw Larry focus on the tight end matchup in his open. You think it's one to watch, don't you?
Definitely one to watch because these guys can create such big plays by all the different things they can do. Line up out wide, in the slot, line up in a normal tight end position, and then who are you going to cover them with? Is it a linebacker, a defensive back? They create mismatches all throughout the game.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. On the return, it's Knile Davis. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. They're led out by Alex Smith in his fourth season at the helm of the Chiefs after 7 in San Francisco.
And I like his game. I hear him described as a game manager all the time, and I can't wait till we take game manager and flip it towards a positive, because right now it seems to be a negative. But game manager is what you want out of your quarterback, making the right decisions, getting the ball to the right people, moving the team down the field, and he does that very well. The only real criticism of him, sometimes a little too cautious with the football. He takes care of it very well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And that's definitely the way to get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Again, it's Charles. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. The gang of Charger defenders there for the tackle. So we've got a 2nd and 5. Smith will hand it off here to Charles. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. They'll run it now. This is Charcandrick West. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
It's so important to establish the running game early in a contest, because when you do that, that just opens your playbook so big for your offensive coordinator. And to be frank about it, they like calling pass plays better than they like calling running plays. And with the way that they're running it right now, that's going to open things up to do whatever they want through the air as this game goes on.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On 2nd down, Jamaal Charles. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
As Jamaal Charles plays here in 2016, I think 5 was the operative number for him. 5 1,000-yard years before last season, but only 5 games played in 2015.
For the current Chiefs all-time leading rusher.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Smith going to turn and give to Charles. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
Smith turns and gives to West. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Charcandrick West, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by Phillip Rivers in his 13th NFL season, and now, Charles, his 11th as the Charger starter. Quite a run.
It's been a terrific run, and somewhere Charger greats of the past are just looking at Phillip Rivers and saying he's the exact guy to follow in the chain. You know, they've always had guys who could throw it really well, big-time receivers, put up big numbers on offense. Phillip Rivers was the exact right guy to be in San Diego.
They'll run with a second-year man. It's Melvin Gordon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Melvin Gordon's rookie year was a far cry from his last season at Wisconsin, wasn't it?
Boy, it was. Yeah, we got the numbers right here. 3.5 yards per carry, 641 yards, no touchdown.
Well, I think his team is really looking to do things to help him break out and get back to that Wisconsin form in 2016.
Here's Gordon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, I was fortunate enough to see Melvin Gordon throughout his college career. And what I liked the most about him, he always added something to his game. He went from being what I called a gimmick runner, a lot of jet sweeps and things of that nature, to being a full-time, 3-down back who can make big plays at any time.
Big plays indeed from Kenosha, Wisconsin. High school teammate of?
Say it.
Trey Waynes.
How about that? Pretty good right there.
Yeah,
now,
good
two
combo.
of those guys end up in the NFL.
1 quarter in the books. It's a close game here early on. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. A couple of Chiefs there to bring him down.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Rivers off the play fake to Woodhead. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
and they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Really strong, effective run there out of a power set or a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game, and that's tough for a defensive coordinator. They want to spot that lineup coming into the game early so they can get the proper defensive personnel on the field. That's why the coordinator is relying on some of the assistants to tell him what offensive personnel is hitting the field so he can adjust accordingly. They weren't able to stop him on that run.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
This is West. Oh, look at the juke. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We just saw what a lot of teams call a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game. That signifies they want to run the football. Yeah, occasionally they'll play action and throw it, but most of the time, those guys on the field means strength, power, run the ball behind them. And now what a lot of teams are doing is they're taking an extra offensive tackle and putting him in a tight end number to give them even more blocking power. And we just saw it on that play.
On the run, it's Charles. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Brief break in the action here. We're back to Arrowhead after this. They'll run it with West. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with fourth down coming up. They'll run for it with West. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
This is where you need to rely on your offensive line, and you tell the person carrying the football, no dilly-dallying around, no trying to hit the home run. Just hit the hole hard and get in there for a first down.
They'll let Charles try and get him in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Jamal Charles taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Jamal Charles able to cap it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Brandon Oliver now on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. They're going to hurry back to the line now. A first down throw here for Rivers. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. Rivers now to throw on first down. Gates has it over the middle. And he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now the offense operates in the red zone. 1 receiver left, that's Allen. From the red zone now, Rivers. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game.
Yeah, you heard it, right? You heard the exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, if they can just tighten.
It's what they want to do. Tighten down everything they're doing, and it maybe explode at the right time.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got the hook up for the first time with a veteran, Jeremy Maclin. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking left side. That's caught by Maclin. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Smith on first down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Smith. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Smith throwing again. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Chiefs are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Chargers didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. Third down from inside the 10. West is going to look for space, and he capped off the long drive with the TD, giving them an early lead. Chiefs have it at the 2. Charles is able to get away with the stiff arm, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. That puts them up by 2 touchdowns. Chargers take it at the 16. Here the pass goes into the end zone, and this play will go for 6, cutting the deficit to 7. Now to late in the second. Thomas has got the reception, and that goes as an 18-yard touchdown. That puts them on top by 14.
That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Tamba Ali there to bring him down.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now Rivers, caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And now a first down following that long gain. One receiver left, that's Allen. They go play action here on first down. Looking for his tight end Gates, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Tamahali. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll start the drive with Jamaal Charles. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now it's Smith. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. A first down carry here for Charles. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. Give him 27 yards that time. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Fresh set of downs here. From the red zone now, Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Here's Smith. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game.
Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
The Chiefs defense here ready to head back out onto the field. Now the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out a little bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception the last drive, what will happen here? Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Gates has it over the middle. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
Do you get the sense, Brandon, that people are trying to retire Antonio Gates? They keep thinking this is almost the end of the line, and then he keeps making catches like the one we just saw there.
He's the old reliable, you're right, just one of 9 players in the NFL with 100 or more touchdowns. A first down throw here for Rivers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. And that's complete to Gates. They'll get 17 yards there. And the Chargers are going to have a first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Stevie Johnson, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And they will line up now for the two-point try. Rivers is going to throw for it. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. In that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, I'll make this one really simple. When Jamal Charles is operating at this level, his team is awfully hard to beat.
Absolutely. All-time leading rusher for the... We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Charles, the low setback. And he'll get it up the middle. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 19. And that'll be good for a KC first down.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the third level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And they do get it down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They run it. It's Charles. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
So they're on the 5-yard line here, second down and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. So backed up to the 6 now, third and goal. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And now San Diego getting set to go. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
but it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
On second down, Rivers again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Maga in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Third and long for Rivers. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a good game. And they're going to speed things up here. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, Rivers going underneath for Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now, he lost 6 there on the first down play. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Rivers now on 2nd down. Allen's got it over the middle. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing Rivers. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Antonio Gates that time. And now it's 2nd down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. To the air again here, Rivers. Gates has it over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And quickly, they get to the line. Now Rivers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Rivers on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They begin the drive with Charles. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Charles, the lone setback. Smith, and he's got him. Got his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now hang on here, timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll hand it off. This is Charles. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Hey, move 45! Move 45!
52. Let's go, defense.
3, 3, 3, 3! Under!
Check 49, check 49.
Down to a knee, here goes Smith, and that should all but do it. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.